Right, well, so let's talk about me, shall we? Let's talk about where I've been, what I've been doing, but most importantly, let me talk about the channel, let me talk about you guys, and I will, as I have done recently in a couple of videos, open with an apology. Of course, I've been gone for a little while, a couple of videos popping up here and there, but generally speaking, there's not been the sort of regular videos, which I like to put out because I do think that some people maybe come to this channel, start watching the videos, and I'm only saying this because this is what I've been told, not because I have this huge ego, but it does seem that the sort of the regular videos and what have you do help some people who are struggling with addiction or with gambling or with whatever. So to you guys, and particularly to everyone who continues to support the channel, either through subscribing or through the Patreon or just through watching, commenting and doing all that great stuff. Right, to all you guys, sorry, it's been a while. Let me explain. And then let me explain my plans, let me explain how you guys can help me, how I can help you guys, and how we can all work together to make this community a little bit better, and I want to say a little bit more interesting. I'm very aware that I've been doing this for several years now, and every video is by and large me just rambling into a microphone and on my camera. And, the reason I do this is because I want to try and help people. It's because I want to share my stories, share my experiences, which might help in a proactive way, but also might just let you know that you're not alone in what you're going through and what you're experiencing. But I appreciate that as a format, that has its limitations, and it can get a bit stale. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's my plans. Here's where I've been, and let me stop rambling, all right? Because it's only supposed to be a quick catch-up video. But where have I been? Well, I did put a community post on. I had a bad chest infection, which I think was actually pneumonia. The doctor seemed to think it might have been pneumonia. Why do I only think it was pneumonia and not know? Well, they referred me to the hospital for some chest x-rays to confirm or, not confirm what it actually was. They also gave me some strong antibiotics. Now, the antibiotics wiped me out for a bit. They really were quite potent things and had a lot of side effects. So I wasn't really mentally or physically in the mindset or the place to be making videos or doing really anything other than what I needed to do in life. And by that, I mean my day job and looking after the family and doing all those sort of core essential things. After the essentials were taken care of, I generally had very little energy or headspace left to really do anything proactive, because these antibiotics wiped me out. They did, however, have a really good impact on the infection. I was able to string a sentence together without coughing my brains out. So I never made it to the hospital for the chest x-rays because A, I hate hospitals, and B, I'm a typical bloke, and if I can get out of a medical appointment, then I generally will. Now, of course, that is a terrible thing to do, and that is not advice. If you are advised by a medical professional to go and do something, then I would highly recommend you do it. But I'm being honest here and saying that actually because I was feeling a bit brighter, because my chest appeared to be returning to its normal self and I was able to breathe and sleep and put sentences together, I kind of did the minimum possible. All right, now not recommended. As I was on the mend from whatever this infection was, pneumonia or something else, I woke up in the middle of the night one night with horrific toothache. All right, now anyone who's suffered from extreme toothache will know just how debilitating that is. So I was back to square one, dragging myself through every day, just getting by, doing the minimum. Obviously, I've got a day job which I need to maintain to keep a roof over my head. I have a wife and stepdaughter, so I need to do, my duties as part of the family, and obviously the other day-to-day essential things. But after that, because I wasn't sleeping, because this toothache was keeping me awake night after night, I didn't again have the energy or the focus, dare I say, or even the inclination really to be making more videos. So that's kind of where I've been. Just sort of battling through really, just sort of getting through day to day, doing what I need to do to survive and to keep my job and to, keep supporting my family. But other things, like some of my little side hustles, I hate the expression, but that's the best and easiest and quickest way to just explain them. Plus this channel, plus other things, I've had to take a bit of a back seat, and I've kind of been doing whatever I can just to nick a bit of sleep here and there whilst doing the essentials. So that's where I've been. What I have been doing in that time when I've not been making videos is I have every now and then, when something's come to mind, when I've seen something on the telly or read something or looked at something or just had a thought pop into my head, I've made a note of it on my phone. And, so I've actually got this kind of list of videos and topics and things I want to talk about. So what I plan to do, all right, and I'm very, very aware of talking about my plans for the channel because I very rarely see them through, don't I? And if you've been with the channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm terrible at following up on things. But what I'm planning to do is take a bit of time away from, my day job, maybe just a couple of days off, try and get a bit ahead of the house stuff and, anything else, just free up a fair bit of time to make a batch, effectively, of videos of all these topics and all these things that I've been meaning to talk about, all these things I've been making a note of. Put a load of videos together, get them edited, if it's hardly a high production value here at the Only Phil channel, but get them all ready, get them put in place, scheduled, and so they go up maybe every couple of days, something like that. Now, I'm sure, a lot of people say, well, just upload them all at once. I won't lie. I want to try and get these videos in front of as many people as possible. If I just stick them up all on YouTube at once, YouTube will ignore them. No one will see them. If I upload them every couple of days, then YouTube loves regular uploads. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and record a load, hopefully sometime in this coming week. Get a block of them all ready to go, get all the thumbnails made, all of that sort of stuff. Schedule them all, so maybe you get one every couple of days. That should do sort of a couple of 3 weeks. Get up to date with all the videos that I want to make or that I thought about making. And then what I want to really do is see how I can make the content on the channel better. It was the sort of thing I wanted to do last year. Kind of never got around to it, partly because of logistical and time issues, but also because actually I kept having these thoughts, kept having these either memories or experiences that came back to me, and I thought, I'll just talk about that in the sort of the traditional sense, in the form of the traditional videos, and then there was enough of those really to kind of keep me making videos all of last year without a need to grow the format. But what I want to do is I do want to explore new formats. Now, some of that might be me talking about other topics. All right, now this might be something that is unpopular, and I'll have to gauge that with feedback and what have you. Is it self-indulgent for me to share my other life experiences? If I do so, it will be with the idea of hopefully helping people, or maybe it will be a little bit of self-counselling. I don't know. I don't know whether that's self-indulgent and a bit wanky to sort of use my platform that I've grown off the back of helping people with an addiction into, does anyone actually give a toss what Phil thinks? Who knows? So I'll have to sort of play that by ear, feed that back. But what I also want to do is maybe start like a gambling stories series where I talk to, you guys or people I know or anyone who wants to come forward and talk to me about their life of gambling, how they got into it, what harm it's caused them, and if they're in recovery, the redemption and the recovery and the improvements they've seen, and share their advice, experiences, help, hints, tips, whatever. All right, so we can have actually a bit of a back and forth. Practically, I don't know how that's going to work. It will probably, at least initially, be kind of like sort of a Zoom or Teams or whatever, one of those sort of online, Skype kind of calls. I'll have to figure out the technology for that, but I'm sure that's fairly straightforward even for a Luddite like me. Just sort of do that, expand that, maybe face-to-face interviews sort of thing if I get the opportunity to do so. If you're interested in being part of that, like I say, it won't be for a few weeks yet because I've still got a few videos to work through, but drop me a DM on Patreon. Now, very quickly, I found out you don't need to sign up to a paid membership on Patreon to join it and to DM me. I only noticed this because there's a couple of people on my Patreons list that are zero fee. So basically, they've signed up and they can now message me and look on there and do all of that sort of stuff without actually having to pledge X amount per month or whatever. Obviously, if you do want to support me in that way, then it's massively appreciated, and hopefully it will help me push the format forward a little bit, maybe expand the type of content that I'm doing, etc., etc. At the core of it, though, it will remain hopefully much the same. It will be our community helping each other, supporting each other, talking about gambling addiction, but maybe also talking about other issues that we may be experiencing, have experienced, giving advice to each other on, all sorts of things. But yeah, only time will tell. But in the meantime, like I say, I'm going to try and put a bit of time aside in the next week or so to record all these videos I've been meaning to record, get them all done, get them all finished, get them scheduled so you've got stuff coming in through sort of every couple of days or whatever. And then in the meantime, in the background, when I get any extra spare time, I can start looking into doing bigger and better things on the channel. Thank you to everyone who continues to support the channel. Thank you to everyone who likes, subscribes, does all that great YouTube stuff. If you do want to continue supporting me on this journey, sounds a bit tossed, doesn't it? But you know what I mean, journey. There will be a link, as always, to my Patreon in the description below, and I'm massively, massively appreciative of anyone who chooses to support me in that way. But finally, again, apologies to everyone who's loyally subscribed to and followed this channel for the lack of videos recently. Like I say, it's sort of been just one thing after another, to be completely honest with you. And if you have any opinions as to the future of the channel, you know, whether you think, no, actually, you know what, I'd like to hear more about Phil's experiences with XYZ. Maybe you want to hear more about certain things that I've mentioned or brushed over in the past of my own interests or hobbies or whatever experiences. Or maybe you genuinely think it would be self-indulgent of me to believe that anyone would care about my other life experiences and my other interests and my other opinions and advice and all of that sort of stuff. If you think that'd be self-indulgent and a bit rubbish and not something you want to watch, please feel free to let me know that too, because obviously my name is on this channel, the account is registered in my name, but ultimately it's our channel, it's our community, it's the 6,000 odd people we have here, it's all of us. We're all in this channel together. It's just, like I say, it's just my name at the top of it. So I am genuinely interested to know your opinions. And like I say, if you want to get involved maybe in a future video, it won't be for a few weeks, probably, and I only feel a few weeks is a couple of months, isn't it? Let's be honest. Then get over to Patreon, sign up. Obviously, if you want to donate, like I say, that's brilliant. Thank you very much, massively appreciated. If you don't, that's also cool. Your input is really appreciated. Just sign up on the free sign up. I don't know how you do it, by the way. And then, just drop us a message. Let me know that you might be interested in being interviewed either remotely or I'm here in sunny Suffolk. So if you're local, maybe we could arrange a face-to-face thing, set the microphones up on a table in a pub and do something. I don't know, whatever. Figure that out when the time comes. For now, stay safe, stay sane, look after yourselves. Thank you for sticking with the channel. Thank you for all your continuing support, whichever way that might be. Patreon, like, subscribe, watch YouTube, comment, video, blah, 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 notification bell, all that sort of great stuff, right? Have a great weekend. And yes, I will see you soon. Like I say, it might be a couple of weeks because I'm going to record all these videos and schedule them and do all the rest of it. So I will be back. Stay with me. And onwards and upwards. Take care, everyone.